Hi guys, this is Alexis from Reflections of a Bookaholic, and I'm here with another plan with me. This week I am doing another throwback spread, so it's a fall spread using a kit from Graceful Muse Paperie. I'm calling it a throwback because it is out of order since I have filmed and uploaded the Christmas weeks and the Christmas spreads already. So I'm going back and filling in the gaps before moving on to my new planner for the year 2022 and getting start fresh and hopefully in order. Thank you for bearing with me. I went back and forth about how I was going to handle this, and hopefully it ended up being okay. So in this spread, I'm not quite sure if it was the planner or the kit. I don't know if you can tell, but for the bottom washi, I actually had to cut down the bottom of the right side of the bottom washi because it was too long for the planner. So it was coming off the bottom of the page. So I just used my paper cutter tool, like the little handheld one, just to cut it down a little bit so that it would look the same on both sides. I don't know what it was. I was really confused by it, but for some reason I kind of think it's the planner, but I'm not quite sure. I continue putting down the base of the kit and do what I normally do with the headers, the date covers, the sidebar, and then I do decorate above the date covers. These date covers are a little interesting because the numbers go on the right. They're not too interesting, but it was something different for this week. My sidebar is very similar each week in the sense that I put down a quote box or a full box of some sort, and I put down a tracker and a Monday through Sunday. I put down 2 habit trackers and a Monday through Sunday tracker. I actually use my trackers. I just don't tend to fill them out on camera. So after I have filmed and taken all the pictures that I'm going to take, I do fill out the rest of my sidebar, and I do keep track of that functionally because it is like a quick look back versus like reading through the whole week. If I'm looking for something, I've seen some beautiful sidebars that are mostly decoration, and I envy that a little bit, but at the same time, I can't let go. Like, I get so stuck in my way sometimes and just doing things a certain way, and I am just kind of stuck in using my sidebar functionally. And a lot of the reasons for that is because in my main planner, my plum paper teacher planner, there isn't a real place to, in my mind, consistently track things in the same way. And I could make it work, right? I could just stick it somewhere, but I don't use that planner that way. Like, just each week looks different. I'm looking at different things, whereas this planner is similar enough that I can kind of flip through and see progress if there are certain things I'm tracking the most. And so I'm just kind of, I think envy was too strong of a word, but kind of like, man, it's so pretty. They do such a great job, but doesn't quite work for me just yet. I did not film the decorating over the date covers, and you'll see why in a little bit, mostly because I didn't really do much up there. I used some dividers and just kind of brought them across both pages because I thought it was something different that I hadn't done, and I went back and forth with whether I liked it. So you can see it at the top right now, whether I liked it, and I did use a divider between the date covers and the headers to kind of break that up a little bit. Right now I am filming in natural light, which is so beautiful. I wish I could do that more often, and I'm cutting down some of the florals and putting over date dots on top of the florals. And what I found is when I put down the date dots from transparent matte paper, it didn't look very good at all. But when I use the clear, what do we call it? The glossy clear, it looked normal. So if anyone is using the transparent matte stickers and the glossy stickers, I really want to know what you think. Are there layering issues that you find with the transparent matte stickers? Like, does layering sometimes look a little weird? Because I'm wondering if it's just me, or I don't know. There's just something, like, I think I prefer the transparent matte, especially the foil, but there's just some times where it just doesn't pop. And that just may be it. Getting to the plans, I started off on Monday. Just noting that I cuddled and played with the baby. I used the mom and baby sticker from Paper Shower, and then I used a laptop sticker, and that laptop sticker, I believe, it's from Alyssa's craft shop, and I don't believe she offers those icons anymore in her shop. I do put down some layering circles and put down a kind of group sticker from Happy Dia stickers. I absolutely love that sticker. It's been in my collection for so long, and I don't think she does. It's supposed to be like a meeting sticker, and I don't think she does it in that format anymore. But this is my favorite format, and I just kind of kicking myself that I didn't pick up another sheet because I really love that one. It was misplaced for a little bit, but when I found it again, it was love all over again. Also, something that I am doing in this spread, and definitely tell me what you think. I think it does look better when it's zoomed in, but I am pulling in more foil stickers that are on clear paper. I take for granted the difference between this foiled papers that are on clear stickers, clear paper, and the foil stickers that are on premium matte. I take for granted that people are set in their choices and know why they use each one. And what I will say is when I got started using foil, that was my biggest confusion of like, why use one over the other? And what I will say is when you use the clear, obviously, it does make it a little difficult to see, especially on camera, depending on what the background is. But it kind of goes into the spread and just kind of fits it. It's so cohesive when it works because it is just the right color, the right feel. It's just kind of in the background. It feels like the stickers on clear paper go into the background, whereas the stickers on premium matte are more in the foreground and have more pop. So it just depends on what you're looking for. And definitely closer up, you can see it very clearly. On here, it kind of feels like, oh, is that a laptop? I can't really tell it's a laptop, but in person, you can really tell more clearly. Back to the plan with me, I pulled in, I just noted that what did I do? Oh, I did a icon from Crafts by Talladega to note that I went to Ichigo, and that Target Girl is actually from Grin and Barrett. And then I put down a checklist and just jotted down some things that I did that afternoon. On Wednesday, I put down a third box and I brought in a laptop from Saucy Sticker Co. and just noted that I had a child advocates meeting that morning. I had a couple of those today. And I just used some of the deco from Simply Watercolor Co. It's from one of our $2 Tuesdays to bring in that splatter with the pumpkin and the heart and just kind of just add a little bit more to it. Just a little sprinkle of this and that, right? And then I noted that I took a nap with Z in the middle of the day. Definitely a luxury that I don't always have, but a luxury nonetheless because I work for myself. And I put down that sleep mask sticker from Simply Set Life to note that. I cut down something. I cut down something to note that I think I cut down a header, maybe. And I made it into like a flag sticker and put down that calendar sticker from Samantha May Sticks, just to note that I had another child advocates meeting. Put down a header and a bow checklist to note a few things that I did for work. I had some administrative stuff to do. I had a permanency conference, but I also needed to send a ton of shredding and to get it collected and shredded for me. It's typically something that my admin does, but since COVID, I had all of that shredding since COVID, and I'm not in my office and no one's really in my office. I'm working from home. It doesn't make the shredding got behind because I wasn't doing it and it wasn't being dropped off at the office to do it. So I dropped it off at UPS and just got that done with it. It was starting to just take up too much room at my house, and I wasn't going to go drop it off in my office to just sit there for someone to one day. I mean, it's almost like 2 years worth of shredding. It just got out of hand. On Thursday, I put down one of the scallop corner stickers from the kit. I brought in that champagne sticker from Crafts by Towie, did a few dangles, and just wanted to note that I met up with my brother and we went to 24 Diner. Then we went to Waterloo Records because I knew that I was getting my husband a vinyl player for Christmas, and I needed to just do some research and look at what kind of records that I could get him and things like that. And so I met with my brothers for him to kind of help me. I always like to have someone to just throw ideas with and talk things through, especially a male point of view. Then I went through and I realized I had this, what do we call it? Mandala? Is that, I don't know. I know that when they were used more often, I wasn't planning in this style, but I used it on Tuesday. I don't know if you saw it. I cut it down and put it over a half box. It was so beautiful. I'm going to do that all the time now. When I have those in season, I don't even see them released on $2 Tuesdays as much anymore. But if I find them now, I'm going to grab them and put them over half boxes, especially unfoiled ones, just to add a little something. But here I just cut down some floral and put down some leaf. These were not like actual dividers. I just used all the dividers on the date covers, and so then I used these leaf that were kind of a little shorter and just pieced them together to kind of take up a little bit of space for that day. And then I used a flag sticker from the kit and just noted that it was bath night and prayers for the boys. Basically, I did their nighttime routine that night. It's not always me, but that night it was. I brought in that couch sticker again on the glossy clear paper, and that's from Clever Gal Crafts. So I don't have a lot of icons from her. She has, I don't know if she still does, but at that time she had them in these like mix sheets where you could get a bunch of different things themed around like entertainment, or I think I had a sheet for baby stuff, and I just had that in my collection and thought it was perfect. I was just noting that my husband and I got to kind of hang a little bit, if you know what I mean, that evening. On Friday, I used a flag sticker. Oh gosh, this voiceover. I'm not redoing it, but maybe I should. I used a flag sticker from the kit, and a mom and baby sticker, nursing baby sticker, to note that I nurse Z. That sticker is from Paper Shower. I use it every week. I used a work from home sticker from Letters to Apollo. I work from home every day unless I'm going on a visit, but mostly every day. And I just have these stickers, and I'm just kind of using them up because it feels weird not to use them, but also it feels weird to talk about working from home when it's been years, but why not, right? It's either work or work from home. They mean the same thing. I steamed my hair and washed out the deep conditioner, and I also had a call with my aunt planning things, and I just noted that I blow dried my hair, and I used a blow dryer sticker from White Deer Stationery. Don't have a lot of her icons, just my favorites. Put down a quarter box and a fork and spoon sticker from Crafts by Towie, just to note that I had gumbo that evening. I layered over that laptop sticker. That laptop is from Letters to Apollo. Again, a lot of the clear glossy icons. As much as I want to show what it looks like, because there's a clear difference, I just don't think it's maybe you can't really see it as well on the camera, but it does look really good if you're trying to have a very fluid and cohesive, just you want a certain look, and it really is great for that. And it's very clear, you can see it. It's just depending on how far back I'm zoomed, it maybe doesn't look that way. For Saturday, I noted that I got to sleep in. I cut down one of the third boxes because there was no like border around it, so I could kind of get away with making it a shorter box. I put down a third box just to note that the boys brought me flowers and balloons. We also discovered it was one of those big helium balloons, like with the numbers, like the year, and mine said 37. And Tush brought them in, and we also figured out that Z is afraid, really, he's still afraid of balloons. I didn't notice it at his party. I don't even know if he was afraid then, but he's afraid of balloons. And what's really funny is I had to put the balloons in my office so that he wouldn't, be crying and running for them. But I will say, not this week, but a couple weeks, they didn't go down. And after a while, I think he just got kind of he got tired of being afraid of him. And Jacob would kind of make jokes and kind of punch him a little bit, and it would scare him. And one time he literally, like, the first time when I knew he was tired, he like turned around, and he was kind of rickety at this point. He wasn't really sturdy on his feet, but he took off running the way that a baby with a cowboy walk runs, right? Just so going to eat it at any point. And then after that, the next time he saw those balloons and someone touched him and they start moving, he literally put his fists up. Like, he was like, forget it. I'm not running anymore. I'm about to fight. And it was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. But I eventually just let the air out of the balloons because I was tired of scaring my baby by accident. I totally skipped over a couple days. Let's go to Sunday. So on Sunday, Z sprang a leak that crib stickers from Paper Shower. Just noted that we had breakfast tacos. We went to a winery to celebrate my birthday. I didn't even put the name of the winery because the wine wasn't that great, but they had a very nice charcuterie board and they had a really good sangria. I would go there again for the sangria. And then they also have like this game center or whatever. And so we actually got to play some games. It was a nice atmosphere. It was a nice vibe. Their wines I like dry wines, but they were too dry. So totally skipped over a lot of the stickers, but comment below if you need to know any specific stickers or if you have any questions. I'd love to answer those questions for you. Please like this Play With Me if you enjoyed it. And I will see you next week, hopefully with a voiceover that is not as all over the place as this one. Thanks. Bye.